Here's why wintertime is the best time to buy a home. So we are right now getting into the colder season, and I live here in Marysville. Here, I'm actually working at the office right now. Let me show you where Keller Williams right here. Keller Williams, Marysville, and then this is kind of the main road. But the reason why buying a home in the wintertime is a lot better than buying a home in the spring, if you're trying to get a good deal. But listen, if you need to buy a home in the spring, because this is my only caveat. If you need to buy a home in the spring because that's just when you're gonna have the most, it makes the most financial sense for you, then wait. But if you're looking to try to get a good deal and you're open to moving when it's not as convenient, not as comfortable, so you're moving when it's really cold outside, it's raining, it's like drizzling, it's snowing outside, like nobody wants to move. The number one reason why buying a home in the wintertime is the best time for you to get, and the best opportunity, is anybody that is on the market during wintertime needs to sell. Let me explain. So the best time to sell a home is in the spring. As we like to call it, the spring market. People are going on the market a lot more, and they are, sorry, geez Louise, I'm getting a brain fart over here. But what happens after that is once everybody's on the market, people are able to get out of school. So the buyers are getting out of school because the kids are getting out of school. And then after that, what happens is now they want to go ahead and they want to sell, because then they want to move also in the spring and the summertime. Because again, nobody wants to move when it's cold outside, when it's raining, when it's not convenient, because they also, what happens during the winter season? Holidays. So during the holidays, what do people want to do? They don't want to prioritize, oh my gosh, like having to, maybe some people still live in the house and they're like, I don't want to have to deal with people going into my property. I just want to hunker down for right now and enjoy the holidays with the family or with friends or whatever it is, and then move maybe towards the springtime. So now thinking about that, and statistically, you also net more as a seller in the springtime because that's when it's the most active, versus if you're trying to sell during the wintertime. Me personally, I've worked with buyers that what they've been able to do is they've been able to get their interest rate brought down. So let's say, for example, their interest rate was around 6.5%, and they were able to get it down, paid down a couple points to get them to the low or the high fives, right? And so then that helps them with their monthly payment, and that helps them also with their closing costs. I also encourage a lot of first-time home buyers to go out and buy a home during the wintertime if they're looking to try to get a deal, because they're not going to have as much competition walking in when they're looking to try to buy a house. So this is a quick vlog, but the big thing is, if right now, because we're getting into the colder season, if you are if you're a first-time home buyer, if you're a buyer looking to move up, to move down, right now is the best time to do it, because you're able to have more leverage and less competition with other buyers, and you're able to have a lot more negotiation power for you. Again, personally, I've done this with a lot of my buyers, people that maybe were pretty close to not being pre-approved to getting pre-approved to where they were looking, or that price point. They were able to get some help with the payment and with the mortgage and with the closing costs. And I think that's the biggest thing, is because if there's less amount of money that you need to bring to the closing table, the best it is for you, because then you can save that for reserves, right?